Good morning, good afternoon, and good evenings, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I want to talk about something that is very, very interesting in the urban space. Well, what is it? Urban dilemma. Go gray or go green? Well, first of all, what is urban space? Urban space is a type of space where we as humans make a living space out of it, like countrysides, cities, even our apartments. Those are urban spaces. It's a space where it happens an urbanization in it. Well, I would like to call there's two types of urban space. First is gray urban space, which I would like to call gray infrastructure. And there is green urban space, which I would like to call green infrastructure. First of all, let me give you a clue on what is gray infrastructure. Gray infrastructure is a type of urban space in which we only concern about urbanization. The only main concern is to make a space for us to make a living space out of it, right? So that way, what we do is try to find a way that is cost effective, which is cheap, but it's reliable. That's why gray infrastructure only uses concrete as a source of making a living space out of it. We don't mix anything else. We only mainly use concrete, roads, sidewalks, our apartments, our home. Those are mainly uses, concrete. Well, what's the pros in it? What's the advantages? Well, there's quite a lot. It's reliability, for example. Great infrastructure has been with us for at least around 1,000 years or so. Well, it has helped us throughout history for us to make a living space and for us to strive with its reliability. We don't really concern anymore about nature, its variables like predators, in which case it happens to boost our population, our overpopulation, in fact, to the point where we have to do more urbanizations. We need more spaces. And that is why it is environmentally impactful in a negative type of way. In which case, since we only uses concrete as the source, as the plan, as the foundation, we don't really care about nature itself. In which case, we delete the part of nature. That's where Go Green comes. Go Green doesn't really solve the solution of overpopulation, since we do need to urbanize more and more spaces. But Go Green, environmentally, it is really great, in which case it has been known that parks, adding greenery, nature itself is quite impactful. Impactful in such a way that it also reduces the temperature, the average temperature of a city. Well, what is green space? Green space, green space main concern is to make human and nature coexist. By that definition, it wants to also make a space for nature to grow as well. That's why one of the negative sides of green space is that we have less space for living spaces, in which case it's not really good for overpopulation. So really, what is the solution? I mean, if we have Go Green, it's environmentally good, but we can't really use it for urbanization since we're overpopulated. But if we do Go Gray or gray infrastructure, we only focuses on making living spaces, in which case we delete nature itself. Well, the solution is quite simple, really. Is to make a mix between green infrastructure and gray infrastructure, in which case we can make a type of space, urban space, that makes human and nature coexist, yet we don't have less space for living spaces. For example, we can make apartment green. So as we can add some greenery to it, like some mold or something like leaves that grows besides the apartment. Or we can make porous concrete. One of the most bad examples, one of the most bad impacts great infrastructure have is that they don't have pores, in which case water would be really dangerous. It could cause flash floods. But with a mix of green and gray infrastructure, we can make a type of concrete that are nature friendly, in which case it is porous, so that when water comes from rain, it doesn't just sit there. It doesn't just wait for it to flash flood or something like that. It goes down onto the ground, so the ground can be more facilitated with water. Really, that is all out of my ideas on how do we do with this urban space dilemma. Thank you.